you had a quote that said about AI, if it can be used for nefarious things, we won't go down that road.
Yeah.
And at the time, I assumed that meant generative AI was off the table because of all the things that we'd seen about what it was potentially capable of or things that it might do. Has that changed? Is that something that was off the table and you figure now you've got the right tools or the right restrictions to make sure that all goes super well? How do you think about that?
Generative AI was never off the table.
Okay.
It was always about pursuing it in a thoughtful kind of way. And so that's what we've done, and we've implemented it in ways that are less likely to create issues.
How so?
Well, things that, if you think about the kinds of things that we talked about personal context, and we talked about privacy. And so we're not waiting for a comprehensive privacy legislation, regulation to come into effect. We already view privacy as a fundamental human right, and so that's the lens that we see it at. And given that we're doing those things, personal context and privacy, we wanted to integrate it at a deep level, so you're not having to think, oh, well, now I want to do something that uses intelligence. We put it in the apps that you're already using and integrated it deeply.
Yeah, I think also now there's a lot of talk about it now that there is generative AI.
Yeah.
A lot of people Apple's notorious for never sending anything to the cloud. Everything's on device because that is the most secure way to do it, and was applauded for it. Interestingly, this is a little bit different now. With a lot of these larger models, more complex requests, you actually do have to go off the device. So you've developed, I want to get the name right, private cloud compute. Explain this to us, because I think the general chatter online is, well, they have to be sending data to OpenAI, for example, to get a request back from ChatGPT.
Well, there's private cloud compute, and then there's the arrangement with OpenAI. These two things are different.
Okay.
And so if you look at private cloud compute, we're utilizing the same silicon, or not the same silicon, but the same basic architecture as the silicon that's in that's in the iPhone
15.
And we're using the same software. And so we believe that we've done it in such a way that it's as safe and secure and private in the private cloud compute as the device. And we selected what we feel is the best one with OpenAI and ChatGPT.
So you can guarantee that there will never be any data sent to OpenAI without your explicit user permission.
That's right.